Hope everyone's doing well. It's been a while since I've done a mini lesson, but I thought now's a good time. This one's going to be about a question I get a lot from people on the internet, from people at Berklee, or just private students. A lot of people want better fretboard knowledge, and of course this is an endless subject. We could go on about this forever. But one thing I think, if you're starting to get out of a certain area of the guitar, you could take what you already know and kind of move out of that space. For example, if I take a basic triad, a major triad, if we're speaking from a major pitch set, a major scales, the first note, the third note, and the fifth note. In other words, if we take the key of G, the first note is G, the third note is B, the third is the fifth degree is B. So we have this sound, which we're familiar with. And it's good to learn those shapes all over the fretboard, but that's something for another time. What might be interesting is to take that bit, it's just three notes, G, B, D, or some people play it like this. There's not really a wrong way as long as you're playing them. And a lot of times it calls for playing things differently depending on where you are on the fretboard. For now, I'm going to use this as an example. G, B, D. I'm going to duplicate that in the next octave, G, B, D. I'm going to duplicate it in the next octave, G, B, D. And all the way up to the G. So that may look like I'm covering a lot of territory and doing a lot, but really I'm just breaking it down to smaller pieces. So that's a 3-note pitch set, I would call it. We're organizing a 7-note major scale in this case down to 3 notes. 4 notes would be maybe a 7th arpeggio. That's a great example. It's one thing we could do. And let's do something kind of funky, like a minor 7 flat 5. A formula for that is the first note, the flat third, the flat 5, and the flat 7 from, in this case, a major scale. So in the key of C, which has no sharps and flats, normally we have C, E flat, G flat, B flat. That brings us up to the C again. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play. Now I'm going to lead with my first finger up to the C to start the same thing in the second octave. Again, I'm going to bring up to the first degree. And then we can take it with scales. If I take a G major scale, we recognize this sound. Now, if I want to do 3 small versions of that, so I've finished the first one. Now in the next octave, it's going to be here. In the next octave, it's going to be here. Right? So I've gone from here to here just by connecting the 3 octaves together, so it's the exact same pattern. So with major, it's I'm breaking them up like that so you hear it. So you can do this really with anything. You can start from different degrees of the scale or any arpeggio. You can invent a 3 or 4 note pitch set that you think sounds good and duplicate it all over. You can do things like permutations, like let's say 1, 2, 4, 3, the first, second, fourth, and third note of the arpeggio. Let's go back to G major 7, which is G, B, D, F sharp. Right? So I just changed the order of the note in each octave. Now if you think about it, you could just go. So I did 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 3. So as you see, I'm just kind of showing you we're breaking down small bits, connecting 3 of them to make a long phrase, and then the possibilities of pitch organization within that, which you can come up with some great things, I'm sure. Anyways, I hope this was helpful for some of you, and I hope you have a great weekend ahead.